get on by.
We'll bring you more from Jamie Cullen in just a little bit. As we had promised, we're checking in with Sue O'Connell. She's live at Cambridge City Hall this evening. She joins us by telephone. Hey, Sue, how are you, baby?
Oh, Keith, we're having a great time in Cambridge tonight. It's an unbelievably historic occasion. I'm in the mayor's office. He has been so hospitable to us, Mayor Sullivan, allowing us in his office. And right now I am looking out in front of City Hall to hundreds, if not 1,000 people outside cheering the people as they come in to get their same-sex marriage license, the first in the United States of America.
Sounds amazing. Sue, what time did you get there this evening?
I was there at about 9 o'clock, where there were, at that point, I think something like 64 couples in line to get their licenses. And as the time has gone by, the crowd has swelled. Protesters, almost none, except for the nutty Fred Phelps people, who were, of course, holding their signs that say, "God blew up the space shuttle."
Okay.
Has a lot to do with same-sex civil marriage, as you can imagine.
It often does.
Lots of dignitaries here tonight. Mary Bonato from GLAAD, as well as Arlene Isaacson, Mr. Patrick Guerrero from the Log Cabin Republicans we've seen, Jim Browdy from Talk 96.9. It's just everybody is here, and it's like a wild, fun celebration.
Well, it sounds amazing. Why don't we do this? Can we let you go for a bit, let you get a little bit more squared away, and then check back in with you in just a few?
You got it.
That sounds super. Sue, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to take a break here at 1 and 10. When we come back, we're going to check in further with Sue O'Connell and find out what's going on at Cambridge City Hall. We'll also check...
Now back to Sue O'Connell and Keith Orr with 1 and 10 on the FNX Radio Network.
We are back here at the FNX Radio Network. I'm Keith Orr, and my co-host Sue O'Connell joins us as well. She's live at Cambridge City Hall. Susan, are you there?
No, I'm on.
Are you there?
I'm here. He just unplugged me, but I'm okay.
Don't unplug her. She's not to be unplugged now for 55 minutes.
You know, before we talk about ourselves, let's talk about the great promotion staff at FNX, Jason and Colleen and Christine, who worked so hard to get this together, and everybody at Cambridge City Hall, the police department, the mayor's office, the city council. Hats off to a great job, especially Jack.
Thanks. Yeah, we want to say special thanks to Josh and to Kristen as well. They're here in the studio. They're making it happen on this end as well. We pulled it all together. Sue mostly pulled it all together at the last minute this week, so we're really glad that we're able to do it.
Jason was the man.
Good for Jason.
He's the man.
So, Susan, what's going to happen now at midnight? People are coming in. They're going to be able to get their marriage license at midnight. Now, I know that you can't get married immediately in Massachusetts, as we've talked about here. There's a 3-day waiting period, right?
Yeah, there's a 3-day waiting period, and there had certainly been a lot of rumors that there might be a judge on hand who could waive the 3-day waiting period, and then someone would marry them. I haven't seen any evidence of that while I'm here, but nonetheless, it really isn't quelling any of the excitement here. It's an unbelievable scene, and as I said before, it is like New Year's Eve in New York City.
So you from what you can gather, there's close to 80 couples or so? I mean, I'm just guessing. I mean, how many do you think are there now?
It's hard to tell now. I'm going to take a walk over here to the window. When at 9 o'clock, I think they gave the number as somewhere around 49 couples. Mm-hmm. But as I look out the window now, you can see the line goes all the way down Mass Ave, and I think around the corner. There was some fun earlier in the evening when Senator Jared Barrios, who is the senator out of the Cambridge area, the state senator, and also openly gay, was congratulating people in the line, and they didn't know that they were in the marriage line.
They thought they were just lined up to get into City Hall?
Yeah, they thought they were lined up to get into City Hall and to be well-wishers and just, be part of the scene. So it was very funny that a number of people jumped out of the line like, oh, no, we're not getting married. We're just here for fun. So that was great.
How many white dresses are there?
You know what? There's really not... there's some bubbles coming up now from down there. It's very Oz-like. There aren't a lot of people dressed up to marry. And, it's this great Cambridge scene where if you were to draw this, if you were to do a cartoon of this or you were casting a movie and someone saw it, they'd say, oh my goodness, that's so stereotypical. You have someone in a wheelchair, you have... And this is exactly the diverse
All beauty. Constituencies are represented.
Everyone is represented. Everyone is represented.
Super. Well, it sounds like an amazing, amazing time going on.
Do you want to try and go out into the hallway?
I would love to have you try and go out.
I'm going to open the door from the city council chamber.
Oh, this is very exciting.
Ready,
I feel like I'm on War of the Worlds with...
you see how loud it's getting?
It is.
I'm coming outside now.
Yell that they're live on the radio. Make them all cheer.
Well, I don't want to get in trouble. The mayor will yell at me if I cause a ruckus.
Okay.
Hi. You want to be on FNX? Sure. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, did you come here and get a marriage license?
I did.
And who are you here with?
My partner, Amy.
I think, Amy, you're a fiancé.
I am a fiancé. In fact, we've already been married, but now we just get to do it legally.
You know, that's a very good point. A lot of people are saying, are you going to get married? And people are saying, I am married.
Yeah.
This is just legal. So where are you from?
JP, Jamaica Plain.
You've been living in sin?
Living in sin. Exactly. We're thrilled now.
Well, great. Congratulations. Hello, Councilor Denise Simmons is coming by us. Watch your step, please. She's going into her office and hanging out in here. Let's see who else we can gather up. Try not to find any. Hi, are you getting married?
No, I'm here to support these lovely brides.
Excellent. Now you brought a bunch of people with you?
We have a posse, yeah.
See, that was the other fun thing, Keith, that happened, is that people brought a posse with them. And, you know,
They're
it got all
peeps.
very exciting.
They're wedding peeps, so to say.
Lots of flowers around here. Everything okay? Okay, good. Let's come over here a little bit. I'll take another couple of steps. Everyone is gathered. There
Sort
are
of like the Mars rover.
There are prides of lesbians here. You know, just groups. There are people all up on the stairway with white around them, and in the chambers. There's going to be a children's music thing happening very soon. I was promised some coffee, but we'll see how that happens. Hi, Ben. How's it going?
There are children up late.
Oh yeah, there's lots of children. Lots of children. Lots of Cambridge children.
Excellent.
Here, let's come over here.
Excellent.
Hi, are you getting married?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sue from FNX on 1 and 10. You want to be live on the radio?
Oh, sure, why not?
What's your name?
My name's Jenny.
Jenny, and who are you here with?
I'm here with my partner, Joe.
I think Joe's your fiance now.
She's my fiance. That's right, I am.
Now, are you guys ready to get married?
Oh, yeah.
Legally married?
Yes, we're very ready to get legally married. We are married in our hearts, and we even had our own ceremony. And yeah, we have a civil union in Vermont, and now we're going to have one in Massachusetts. And every state that does it, we're going to keep them on our wall.
Now, did you collect buttons when you were kids? No, the Olympic buttons. Did you go around and do maybe baseball cards?
We're starting now, though.
No,
we're starting marriage licenses. That's right.
Now, where do you live?
Newton, Massachusetts.
Now, did you come to Cambridge because it was going to be the first night, or does Cambridge hold some significance for you? Like you went on your first lesbian packed date together?
No, we actually just because it was that midnight. Midnight, and we work in Cambridge. We spend a lot of time in Cambridge, and we love Cambridge.
Well, congratulations. Take care. You're welcome. See, just standing out here, Keith, meeting friends.
Just the way it should be. I'm going to tell people that they're listening to 1 in 10 on the FNX Radio Network, WFNX Lynn, WPHX Stanford, WFEX Peterborough, 1 in 10 broadcasting live this evening from Cambridge City Hall as Cambridge City Hall begins issuing the first same-sex civil marriage licenses here in the state of Massachusetts. May 17th, of course, is the date, and at the stroke of midnight tonight, it all happens. And you know what happens? Just a lot of people that care for each other a lot are able to move forward and do what they've always wanted to do. I guarantee you the sun's going to come up tomorrow, the stock market will continue to work, and all that other good stuff. Sue, who else have you corralled? Anybody else there?
Yeah, I've got some folks here eating some cake. Hi, what are you doing?
I just dropped our cake on the floor.
See, this is the kind of equal rights we've been fighting for, the ability. Now, did you get married? Are you ready to get married?
Yes, I am. This is my partner, Lauren.
It's your fiance, Lauren. Your fiance, Lauren. What's your name?
Lynn.
This is my job. I'm like the fiance police here.
That's right. I'm not used to saying well, I've never said that word before.
Now, do you guys live in Cambridge?
No, used to live in Somerville and Alston. Now we're on the South Shore.
And you came up. Now, what? You didn't feel like going to your own town clerk? You wanted to come to Cambridge?
Well, we just want to be part of this night. It's a historic moment. So,
now, have you ever seen anything like this before in your life?
Absolutely not. This is terrific.
Okay, thanks so much. Now what's happening is I think that they're inside the studio. The crowd is getting quiet.
It's very
like
quiet.
I'm at the golf course.
I know, exactly.
And I think
We're
they're
here
going
on the We're here on the green at the Augusta 4.
They have a wedding cake. They've got some television circuit TVs around City Hall, and everybody is. They've draped all the stairways with white.
How dramatic!
Some what do they call that? Bunting.
Bunting. See, you are still a lesbian. You do have a shovel with you, but you don't have any bunting.
There's lots of children here, lots of little babies, and
they're being very quiet.
Oh, I know. There's going to be singing. That's what's going to happen.
We
There's
love
singing.
a little singing.
Because it wouldn't be a gay or lesbian event without a choral singing
You're
event.
exactly right, Susan. And a potluck dinner to follow.
Well, there is cake and coffee. Ooh, shh.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's go back into the city council chambers where I can talk openly and freely without getting shushed by a pride of lesbians who just got married.
Now, wait a second. Now, these people already have licenses? I thought midnight was the thing.
Well,
is something happening?
They filled out their paperwork downstairs, and now it's just a question of, I think that they don't become valid until midnight. You know, I can't imagine that they're just going to be able to work all this paperwork through, but everybody did go in to the main it's like a court, the main meeting area where the city council is. There's media here from all over the world. It's really quite amazing.
Yeah. Anybody we know?
Well, it's interesting. As I said earlier, I did see Mary Bonato, Arlene Isaacson, Patrick Guerrero, Senator Jarrett Barrios, and his partner Doug Hathaway. The crowd is pretty much quiet outside right now. There's lots of rainbow flags and bubbles and cameras. And I'm just looking down to see if there's any more couples coming in. I think that we may... Oh, yep, they're still coming up.
All right, good. Well, let's do this. We've got some music here. We're going to play a little of that. We'll let you get squared away, maybe corral a person or two to join us in just a moment. How's that?
That's perfect.
That let you work the crowd a little bit?
Yeah.
Super. We're checking in with Sue O'Connell live. She's at Cambridge City Hall this evening. While we're doing that, we're going to give some more music to you from the new Indigo Girl album. Couldn't be more perfect. The name of the song is Perfect World here on Concert Date Gets Closer for sure. In the background, you can hear sort of the hubbub here as Cambridge City Hall is preparing to become the first city in the state of Massachusetts to issue same-sex civil marriage licenses. Sue O'Connell, my co-host, is there where she's tracking down some folks to speak to. Ms. O'Connell, are you with us still?
I am. I've
Perfect.
got some folks to talk with.
Wonderful.
Are you ready?
I'm definitely ready.
1 second, though.
You liar. She's a
I'm almost
liar,
ready.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm working closely
know.
with the police department and the mayor's office.
Well, you're always very good with the police and the mayor's offices,
I am.
as
That's
we
what I
know.
was just doing. I was being good with the police
I
there,
know
so-
you are. I
Okay,
know you
now
are.
we're ready.
All right, good.
Okay, we're going to talk with somebody who is with the National Organization for Men Against Sexism. He's got a flyer. Actually, the mayor is making his remarks right now. So everybody is doing such a great job paying attention to the mayor. I don't think I've ever seen people pay this much attention to any mayor in any city.
Well, you never know what's going to happen, you know?
So what's your name?
Ben Atherton Zeman.
Now, Ben, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm with the National Organization for Men Against Sexism, the Boston chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And we're out here, just a bunch of guys. Some of us are married to women, and some of us just support gay and lesbian marriage. And so we bought a whole bunch of flowers, and we gave out cards to all the couples as they were walking in.
So you're straight guys just saying, good luck to your same-sex marriage.
Yeah, these marriages aren't going to hurt our marriages. They're going to actually make them better, because right now our marriages exist as an institution of discrimination, and this kind of removes that taint.
Now, Ben, why do you care about this?
I care because my wife Lucinda and I, we had gay and lesbian friends come to our wedding 3 years ago, this May 26th, and they supported us during a time when they could not legally get married, and that was very moving for us. So we determined that we would fight as hard as we could until the day when everyone could get married, and I'm just so proud to be a Massachusetts resident, because tonight our state becomes the first truly free state in the nation.
Now, this isn't the first thing you've been to. I heard you talking to Laura Carizzi from Bay Windows that you were at the State House as well.
Yes.
So it's just become a thing to do to support.
I think more married people, more heterosexuals really need to stand up for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered folks. NOMAS as an organization is anti-homophobia, and so I believe that as a member of NOMAS. I believe that as a married person. I believe that just as a person. It just makes sense.
Now, what's your favorite part about tonight so far?
Giving out the roses. Everyone was so sweet. They were so moved, and they got to pick their own color, and then we gave them the little card from NOMAS, and it's just fun being with a bunch of straight married guys supporting same-sex marriage.
Great. Ben, thanks so much. Go back in there and have a good time. Thanks a lot. See, everyone's here, Keith.
I know, Sue. NOMAS. I like the name of that organization. It's almost as good as my group, GAG, which was Gays Against Gays.
We're on live, Ben. Yeah, we are.
Right.
Get back out there.
Yeah, go. Get out there, Ben. Get going. Start handing out flowers. Start handing out flowers for sure.
I know.
So Laura Carizzi is there. Have you bumped into Kristen Lombardi from the Phoenix at all? Have you seen her?
I don't think I know what Kristen looks like. We had a very exciting time. We came into the back door, and then we were led to this corral. I was kind of stuck at this funny spot where I didn't know whether I wanted to be outside or inside. Because outside is just it's just such a great celebration, but inside you can just see all the faces of the couples as they have come in, and how just truly unbelievable. They just have this look of both relief and shock.
Exactly. I think that's going to be sort of the one thing that's going to happen tomorrow, as it really sort of hits home for so many gay and lesbian couples, is the fact that it's just going to be shock that all of the roadblocks that were sort of thrown up, none of them seem to work, and that it's going to happen. It's going to happen for real.
I did an interview today with a radio station out in San Francisco, and it was very funny to me that they kept asking, will these marriages be legal? And I kept saying, yes, they will be legal, that this is what's... Well, what happens with the amendment? And it's like it doesn't matter what happens with the amendment. These marriages, unlike the other marriages which have happened across the country, which may be undone, these marriages are definitely legal.
Yeah, it's funny, you didn't get to hear it, but as we were doing news earlier in the program tonight, we talked about the fact that our friends out in Oregon, Frank Dixon and Basic Rights Oregon and all those folks, it's now gone to the Oregon State Supreme Court, where those 3,000 people that got married in that one county in Oregon are going to have a determination as to whether those marriages are truly legal and truly valid. And as you just said, the thing that's the most amazing about what's happening right now is that these marriages are 100% and totally legal, all within the rights and responsibilities of the law.
Right, and there are some people here dressed like angels.
Ah, well, that's good.
Not exactly sure what their little sashes say, but finally, we are seeing a lot of just folks, which is just so exciting about it.
Any chance that we can corral the mayor?
The mayor just finished speaking. He may come back out. We're right outside of his office. So I think one of the city councilors is making remarks right now. I don't know. We'll keep working on it.
All right. Are they drying up your wealth of people that you can talk to because everybody's paying strict attention?
They're not paying this close attention anymore.
Oh, okay. They got over that.
Hi. Did you just apply for your marriage license?
No, I'm applying tomorrow morning in my hometown.
What's your hometown?
Medford.
Oh, God bless you. How come you decided to wait to go to Medford instead of Cambridge tonight?
Didn't want to stay up all night. Got to get my daughter home.
See, these are the kind of real-life issues that we have to face. Thanks so much, and good luck to you. How about you? What's up with you?
We come from Salem, Mass.
And you wanted to come here to Cambridge?
Yes.
Any particular reason, just because you wanted to be historic and first, or you don't like the town clerk in Salem?
Oh, great in Salem.
Wonderful in Salem.
But we have to work tomorrow morning, so we can do it tonight and still go to work tomorrow.
Now, have you guys been together a long time?
15 years.
What would be the significance of getting married this week as opposed to getting legally married this week as opposed to waiting a little bit longer?
We've been waiting for, 15 years, so why wait another minute?
Absolutely great. Well, good luck to you. Thanks so much. Keith, you'll see that it's breaking down just as it has been thought that most of the people that are outside the store are women. And the civil union statistics out of Vermont were that 2/3 of the people who get civil unions in Vermont are women. And I'm looking outside the doorway, and I would say that number would hold from just my vantage point.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Why don't we do this? We're going to bring a little bit more music to the listeners as you get some more folks together to chit-chat with. We'll get some more information on the ground. We're going to stay here just a couple of minutes after 12 o'clock tonight as well, so we can hear sort of all the hoopla as 12 o'clock comes and goes. I'm sure that there's going to be a countdown a la New Year's Eve, so it should be pretty amazing. Does that sound good to you?
You got it, baby.
Sounds perfect. All right. Sue O'Connell live at Cambridge City Hall in Cambridge, Massachusetts on the eve of same-sex civil marriage taking place. Jamie Cullum's new album is called 20-something. The name of the song is These Are the Days on 1 in 10.
Celebrating and having a great time. And on top of it, you got to love Cambridge. I found a place to park.
There you go. As long as there's a place to park, I'm all for any sort of civil rights action.
Well, they all biked here, I'm sure. So it was easy for me to bring my big SUV and just park it right up.
Good for you. Right up on the lawn, I hope. And you left the motor running and the lights on. Just the way that it should be. Listen, Sue, we're going to go for some more music. We're going to let you find some more folks to chit-chat with, and then we'll be back, all right?
Great, thanks.
Sounds super. We're chatting with Sue O'Connell, my co-host. She's live at Cambridge City Hall this evening. Cambridge has opened up City Hall early to allow gay and lesbian couples to get their same-sex civil marriage licenses. As we chat with folks there, we're bringing you some music tonight as well.
No, she didn't.
And now back to Sue and Keith with 1 in 10 on the FNX Radio Network.
Well, the countdown continues. In just 19 minutes, it looks like the city of Cambridge will begin issuing the first same-sex civil marriage licenses. My co-host Sue O'Connell is live at Cambridge City Hall this evening. Susan.
Well, Mary Bonato was making her remarks in the chamber, and I'm sure she's getting a great response from the folks inside the chamber here, and as people still arrive to get their licenses, the crowd is going crazy outside. You know, it's a funny thing, Keith. I think this is the first civil rights movement ever to be catered.
Just the way it should be.
You know, there's coffee from Starbucks. Who was it, the Sheraton or the Ritz that provided all the food? Do you know? I don't know, but there's wedding desserts. The Hyatt, the fabulous people at the Hyatt provided wedding desserts for people while they're getting their applications. I mean, it's just, such a great. I'd be naive to say that they don't think they can make a buck in it, but
No, but who cares? Good for them. As long as there's sugar involved, I'm all for it. So let's go back and talk a little bit about the process when you first got there tonight. I mean, we had talked this week to so many people at Cambridge City Hall to make this live broadcast happen. They've been inundated with requests. There's media there from all around the world.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you're not used to this sort of scene, you pull up at some point somewhat early, and the entire City Hall is surrounded by television camera vans and satellite dishes and camera crews out front and all sorts of people just wandering around with cell phones and notepads. And it's really just this incredible white light that comes down onto Cambridge for one night. And everyone has been doing just a great job handling all the average difficulties that occur whenever you have this number of people in one spot with great humor, and I think appreciating the historic nature of the event tonight.
You know, we have to remember when the Supreme Judicial Court made its ruling back in November, Cambridge was ready to start issuing marriage licenses that day.
Yeah, and it's also important to note that when Vermont, the civil unions law was passed, and Governor Dean, Howard Dean, signed the bill, he did it with no fanfare. Governor Dean had made the decision that because it was such a volatile issue that hurt both sides, the arguments were just so hurtful and painful and hard, that he just signed the bill and didn't have any celebration. And here we are, 3-4 years later, with a completely different civil right that's come along for us, which we certainly deserve marriage, and a city and the city employees and elected officials and police department just being supportive and opening City Hall to a great big party.
Sue O'Connell is live at Cambridge City Hall. In just 16 minutes, the city of Cambridge will allow same-sex civil marriages to begin by issuing the first same-sex civil marriage licenses. This is in response, obviously, to a case brought by the folks at GLAAD, the Gay and Lesbian Advocates and Defenders, as they took on a case that challenged the constitutionality of whether same-sex civil marriage was what was a right allowed in the state of Massachusetts. The court case moved its way through the lower courts, eventually winding up at the Massachusetts State Supreme Court, and in a 4-3 decision, as many know, the Massachusetts State Supreme Court ruled that equal marriage was important for all and that same-sex civil marriage was to go ahead. They gave 180 days to the state legislature to work out the details. That turned into its own little special brand of weird, but now here we are on May 17th. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really is. As we start the sort of 15-minute countdown, I'm sure there'll be a great roar and a great outbreak of joy as this moment comes. And it's important for everyone to also remember that it's just not happening in Cambridge, that all across the city, I believe Boston City Hall is opening first thing in the morning, Provincetown is opening, and it's very hard. I haven't heard one city hall or town hall say, we really don't want you to come.
Right. You know, it's funny, I talked to friends in Provincetown today. They said that it's absolutely just amazing down there. There's sort of bunting up all over the place and these big sort of congratulations newlywed signs all over. And then more importantly, there were some parties on Saturday night at some of the local nightclubs that were sort of these sort of en masse bachelor and bachelorette parties. So that people could feel they could go out and sort of had one last gasp before marriage hit on Monday. It's just a very sort of funny response to what's happening on Monday.
Well, it certainly changes the dynamic of gay and lesbian relationships in a way that I don't think anyone had ever imagined. And it's happening everywhere where people who have been together for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and have built their lives as these sort of separate companies, tax issue-wise and property-wise and custody issues about children. And it's kind of hard to break those things down now to become this unified company sort of in front of in the eyes of the state. So there's a lot of thought going into it, and a lot of couples still have no idea what they're going to do, although they do feel that if they're going to do something, they're going to do it within this 2 years at least to make the political statement.
The noise you hear in the background is the cheering as couples enter Cambridge City Hall to receive their marriage licenses. Sue O'Connell is live there. Sue, we spoke a little bit earlier tonight on the program. We read a newsreader from our friends at Advocate.com that indicated that in the federal marriage amendment hearings that took place, a Republican lawmaker stood up and indicated that the problem is that allowing gays and lesbians to have civil marriage was going to cost the government a lot of money. And Barney Frank stood up and said, well, if I recall correctly, those folks have been paying their taxes all these years. I think they're entitled to get what everybody else gets. it's just sort of an interesting take on the fact that there are now 1,300 laws, rights, and responsibilities. I think we might have lost our live. Laws, rights, and responsibilities about what's going on there. So we're going to check in with that as well. You're listening to 1 in 10 here on the FNX Radio Network. Sue O'Connell is live at Cambridge City Hall. I'm here in the studio at FNX. It sounds like we're back. Sue, you there? Sue?
Hello.
Hey, Jason?
Hey, he's here.
Okay, good.
We just probably retrained in 26.4.
Oh. What, you did what?
We lost you, but you're back.
We retrained. It's
we retrained you.
We retrained in 26.24. It was some sort of police chatter, or,
Yeah, we've repurposed you, Sue. So you're no longer a reporter. You're now working for the police department.
Scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
My coffee. Yeah. All right. So yes, it's this great great argument about whether or not this is going to cost anybody any extra money, and in fact, it doesn't cost anybody any money.
We're just coordinating what we're going to do here in the studio. We've got some commercials before the top of the hour. We want to make sure that we get those in as well, and then we're going to come back and talk to you right as midnight rolls around, so we want to make sure you're there for that.
Okay.
As you've been talking to folks, Sue, you also mentioned that there were a lot of kids there this evening, and we talked tonight to an author whose name is Abigail Garner. She has a book called Families Like Mine, as well as a website called familieslikemine.com, and she's a heterosexual, but her dad came out as gay when she was 5 years old and has lived with his partner now for almost 25 years, and we talked a little bit about sort of what the impact of what this day was like for families and for kids. The state of Massachusetts has allowed gays and lesbians to adopt children for many years now, and the fact that they can now complete this equation as a family is really an amazing thing.
Well, it's, someone made the argument that the state allowed these families to form and then is trying to deny them any ability to protect the families. So, there's lots of kids here, lots of families. It's funny to see the children at 9 o'clock, 9:30 in line not being very happy about being in line, wanting to go home. Like, what's the big deal? Why are we here?
But then there was cake.
Then it was cake, and now they're outside being hot. So
exactly. As long as there's cake, that's fine.
Welcome to your parents' marriage.
Describe what's going on outside the window, Sue. Again, Massachusetts Avenue has been closed.
Mass Ave is closed. There's a police flank that's just separating the crowd in front of City Hall so that people can come walking up when they apply for their marriage. We are in the City Council office where I just spilled coffee on the floor. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
And there are just bubbles coming up. So it's just this enormously great scene where you hear the crowd in the background, and it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's like when the Ding Dong the Witch was dead.
Now, I know we've always joked about the fact that neither of us are able to effectively estimate the size of any crowd that we've ever seen in our lives, unless, of course, it's a nightclub and we're being paid by the head. But how many people would you guess are outside,
Well, let
Sue?
me tell you this. If you know anything about Mass Ave, it's a two-lane street with parking on each side, a big sidewalk, and the entire area in front of City Hall, the lawn, the stairway, the street, and the sidewalk across it is filled. So that's what's happening.
I would say that's 30,000 people.
I would say 5,200,000. It's a lot of people.
Good for you, Sue. I
Yeah.
love the estimation factor. That's wonderful. Anyway, you can poke your head outside the door. Is there anybody we can chat with?
No, let me see. Nope, same people.
Nope, same. Oh, I get it. So they're sort of now in line, and they're lined up right outside your door.
Yeah, and I'm going to try not to make any more messes. Yeah, we're in line, and they're
Yeah,
all
switch to
eating cake
water,
now.
Sue. No more coffee on the
They're
floor.
eating cake.
All
They
right,
look
good.
happy.
As they should.
Yes.
As they should. Well, it
So
sounds.
are you going to take a break and come back at midnight?
Yeah, we're going to take a little break here. We're going to give the folks a little bit more music, and then when we come back, we're going to chat with you right as we get to midnight. So we're going to.
Are
be
you going
back
to play
to
any commercials?
Yeah,
Just
we're going to do
checking.
that as well.
Okay.
We're going to do that as well. We're going to play
right.
some more music from the Indigo Girls in just a moment here, and then we're going to check back in with you. So, Sue, stand by. All righty.
Will do.
All right, cool. We'll be with you in just a moment. Sue O'Connell is live at Cambridge City Hall. She's there as 12 o'clock fast approaches. We're just 9 minutes away from same-sex civil marriage licenses being issued in the state of Massachusetts. The roar of that crowd is absolutely amazing. I am so insanely jealous of Sue right now. It's
Ellen, are you coming out or not? What is the big deal? I've got a whole hour.
Now back to Sue and Keith with 1 in 10 on The Alternative FNX.
In fact, we don't have a whole hour. We only have about 2 minutes until midnight, the stroke of midnight, Cambridge City Hall. Sue O'Connell is there live. Ms. O'Connell?
So, of course, Keith, in proving one of the reasons why we can't be in the military, the outside crowd started screaming about 4 minutes ago. I think the inside crowd is screaming now. It's starting to dawn on everyone that it's midnight. Here we go. They're throwing confetti and flowers on all the couples that are coming out of the Sullivan room. The crowd's going crazy. There's lots of families. These are the couples that were first in line today. They came in to get their marriage applications. And now, officially, at 12:01 on Monday, May 17th, they're coming out with their applications. I was talking to one of the organizers of the event earlier who said that they had in no way, shape, or form planned to have this many people coming in to get their licenses. And I think what's going to happen next now is they'll call in some folks to fill in the rest of the room and get their licenses. So here we are marking the historic moment.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Again, you're in the council chambers?
I am in room 202 in the city council chambers right outside of Mayor Michael Sullivan's office in the hallway with the folks now coming outside. The crowd welcoming the first couples in the United States of America, the first same-sex couples to come out with their marriage applications. You can hear the crowd going wild out over here. I'm moving from one screaming to the other.
And again, we talked about the fact that the crowd outside Cambridge City Hall is huge. It encompasses all of Mass Ave, the whole lawn in front.
And here they are coming out of Cambridge City Hall, the first couples with their same-sex marriage license. Confetti's being thrown on them, balloons are being released, the rainbow flag is flying. And the white light of media is on these couples as they come down the stairway. Again, a tiny, tiny number of protesters. And that's it, Keith.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Susan, thanks to you and everybody there at Cambridge City Hall this evening. Do you have special folks you want to thank tonight?
Well, thanks to Josh and Kristen and Colleen and to the Cambridge Police Department, everyone, especially Jack, and to the mayor's office, Mayor Sullivan, the press office, the media office, the police department. Did I say the police department? So yes. Everyone here has just been fabulous, and thanks so much.
All right, good. Well, we thank you. We thank you for being there tonight. Can't wait to see you back in the studio next week, and we'll talk more about it. Sue O'Connell, thank you.
Thank you, Keith.
Good night to you. Sue O'Connell joining us live from Cambridge City Hall this evening as the first same-sex civil marriage licenses were issued today at 12:01 a.m. Couples had been lining up starting as early as 8 o'clock this evening. Sue arrived about 9 or so, and as the crowd just continued to swell, they eventually shut down Massachusetts Avenue, and at 12:01 as the first couples emerged, you heard the thunderous round of applause that greeted them. Confetti and media from all around the world converged on Cambridge City Hall tonight. We were proud to bring it to you as well. We want to thank those that helped out here. Dave Duncan is up next with the overnight, so do stick around for that. On behalf of Sue O'Connell, I'm Keith Orr. Good night and have a great gay week.